Hello, everyone. Patriot 5 and Patriot 6 here on Friday night. Friday, let's have some fun. I hope to have that tonight, guys. Before I get going in the show, I hope everyone had a good Christmas. I know I've talked to Renee's husband, and it wasn't real lot of fun there, but they survived. They got through it, and that's the main thing. Janet, you need to send me a message on Yahoo. Give me your address so I can send you. These are the hats. Probably going to order some more when I get everything straightened around at the first of the year. So anybody else wanting one, just let me know. But make America great again. I don't think we ever left. I just think we got a little bit out of whack. My Christmas was hectic. I got up early to watch my two grandkids open their gifts along with their mom and dad, and it was really cute because Patriot little Kira, she's talking more now. So I'm not just Grandpa anymore. I'm Grandpa Hank. And she got her very first present, and they give her one that wasn't in a bag. She actually had to rip into it. And 2 years old, she wasn't sure what to do. And her mommy says, "Come here, Kira. Come here, Kira. Mommy, help." And she walked over to me and she said, "No, Grandpa will help me." At that point, she was still calling me Grandpa. It's just only been the last 2 days it's turned into Grandpa Hank. So I watched them, and I did a few things around the house before I had to get in the car and bring Dasher down here to Ron's. Headed over to Amber's and watched them open over there, and I got my gift for my daughter and my grandkids over there. They had a brunch. They were supposed to have a breakfast, but everything got running late. I came back, and my son said, "We're eating lunch at 2 o'clock." And I eat brunch at 11, which I didn't eat a lot. 1:45. His wife's upstairs taking a nap along with Kira, and I come down and decide to get Ron to open his gifts. Because I got to get to all these houses, I got to get everybody going. Well, I was a little bit long. I go back, and my son decided his wife got up from taking a nap, and they ate their Christmas dinner, so I didn't have Christmas dinner. But don't be despair, because me and Ron prepared for that. We cooked a ham of our own, and we had ham and mashed potatoes and gravy and corn and apple pie. Almost like baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet. So my Christmas ended with me getting a note that my little granddaughter, the little monkey, got sick. And she had it coming out both ends. And she wanted Grandpa. But anyway, that was my Christmas. I won't say it was great. It was good. We did not get the promises kept. But then the next day I seen that Patriot Savior said that actually by this one calendar, that Christmas isn't until the 3rd of January. So I don't know what they're going to do. But I am going to discuss more about Christmas and more about what's going on as soon as I say the pledge, play the music, and talk to the kids, because I'm getting a lot of disappointment feedback, and I'll go into that. I don't want to go into it right now because I want to move on with the show. Patriot Jimmy, I got a message from your dad, Super Jimmy, and he said you guys really didn't celebrate. Yeah, all of you was in very, very non-celebrating moods, and I know what you feel like. Yes, I was 48 years old. on Christmas Day the first year that my mom passed away. It doesn't matter age. Yes, it hurts. People's going to tell you it hurts more when you're younger. And it hurts. It don't hurt no more. When you lose your mom, it doesn't matter what the age is. But you have a great family here. You have your grandpa staying with you, your dad. And that's what you guys need to just rally around. We're here for all of you guys. I do have some gifts for you that I want to send over, the hats and a couple other things. I didn't send them because I just didn't have the time. Plus the fact your dad told me you weren't going to celebrate Christmas. So I figured I'd wait till after the new year, send them there. And then it would just be something that you get. Patriot 11, still haven't heard from you. No sightings on you, but we're still hoping and praying everything is okay with you, Grandma and Grandpa, and your whole family. Patriot Wyatt Earp and Karate Kid, I was disappointed a little bit. I really wasn't disappointed. I just really thought Mom would have you do me a little video. It is water. Patriot, little Leona and little Ilana. Leona, I thought Grandpa Mike would send me over a Christmas picture. But, everybody gets busy doing so. I'm not disappointed I didn't get things. I like I said, I was so busy Christmas that I just hope you had a Merry Christmas, sweetie. And you too, Leilana. First one without your great grandma. Patriot Boogie, Boogs, Boogaloo, and Boogaroo. I know Grandpa John gave you a good Christmas. So Merry Christmas to all you kids. Patriot Hunter and Patriot Princess, our little queen. I just love it. I just love it when Grandma Jana puts you guys' pictures up there. Hunter, you're a handsome young man. Princess Haley, you are just a beautiful young little girl. I was talking the other day about Patriot Princess, our queen. My little super gymnast heard me and she said, wait a minute. I thought I was your queen. I said, you'll always be my queen as my granddaughter. But we have a princess queen and you can be part of it too, but you're Patriot super gymnast. I had a lot of fun with her Christmas. A lot of fun. So anyway, Jana posted some pictures and I didn't go and say something about one of them. On one of them, I just said, great. Every picture here is amazing. And I got a thumbs up and a heart, I think, from Janet. Patriot super gymnast. I know you had a great Christmas, even though Christmas Eve you got a little bit on the not too good side. But you bounced back and you was a trooper and you had a great day. Patriot 7. You got hunting stuff. You got fishing stuff. You got your big gun that shoots some little bullets that Uncle B, your godfather, went out of his way there to get you that one. And I know you had a good Christmas. Patriot Small Hank. I know you had one because I could hear you halfway down the block with your excitement. He's a very loud talker, everyone. Patriot Kira. When you walked over to me and had me open that present with you, you melted my heart, which you always do. And then the little monkey. Patriot little monkey. She looked at her mommy and daddy when she was sick, and she says, Christmas isn't supposed to be like this. And it tears you up when they do something, when they get sick with that. But hopefully we'll be on these beds, kids, before next year, and nobody will be sick at Christmas. Everybody will have money. Everybody will be in homes. All kids will be accounted for and given presents and loved, and everyone will have the merriest Merry Christmas of all. And I'm so proud that you're our kids here on this show. And this show is built around you kids, because without you, we're nothing. Because we sure have to stick around long enough until this group of kids that we talk to is ready to take over. Because the ones following us, oh, no. But kids, we love you all. And we'll be back Monday night before the new year. But I know it's going to be a great new year. It's going to be an amazing new year. But that takes care of the kids segment tonight. Before I go pledge allegiance and play the music, I do want to emphasize that the video I'm doing tonight is not meant for children. They can watch it under the supervision of their parents, grandparents, legal guardians, or loved ones that's old enough to give them permission. I am not in any ways responsible for anything they hear on here, because you have been warned. So it's up to your parents or a legal guardian. The music I'm about ready to play is for entertainment purposes only. We have absolutely no rights to it. We just use it for our love, and it's part of our show. It's part of our family. With that, let's say the pledge and the music and move on. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again, just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, where the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt that's the same. God bless the USA. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, oh, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I gotta stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt of this land. gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless, please bless the USA.
Yes, yes, yes. God bless. I'm American. Proud to be one. God bless the USA. You know, my hat reads, Make America Great Again. I believe we've always been great. Hi, Margaret. Hi, John. Bill Woods. Tom Anderson. I like your last name, young man. Jeffrey. I try to get in here and catch as many as I can. But I'm going to kind of start tonight's show off kind of like a Bruce. Where are we now? Well, we were told in November it was going to be a Merry Christmas Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving has come and it's gone. And we didn't get a Merry Christmas Thanksgiving. We were told that no child would ever suffer again to the hands of these terrible, terrible people. But yet we keep hearing about these children in North Carolina who, I don't know if you caught on one of the channels on Telegram the other day where they were talking about there's kids walking around with no clothes, haven't seen their mom and dads, haven't eaten for days. Why is this? Why is this? If we have the greatest military force in the world, how can FEMA be keeping them out of there? Yes, Rosemary. But that's my thing is I understand the dates for certain things. They don't come true. They will. And as I explained to one of our friends on here on Telegram last night, I'm going to get into that in a little bit. Because I have some information tonight. I won't say it's great. Really don't know. But I want to kind of put out the fire, more or less. Hi, Golden Arrow. Michael's here. Papa G. Hey, Rosemary. But what I'm talking about here, guys, is we've been promised a lot. And I've never held back on my feelings about the hat. Everyone knows I love him. Everyone I knows I believe in him. But when he doesn't do what he says, everybody knows I'm the first one to stand up and say something. Respectfully, but I say it. I never seen a video yet, but I haven't been on TikTok today or yesterday. But I would be willing to bet you that he had a big meal at his Mar-a-Lago venue. And for a man that says that he wants it to where nobody except the people who have to be there for sick people and things like that, the people who have to work Christmas Day. Nobody will work Christmas Day. I just want him to make sure he understands that means him and his beautiful wife are going to have to learn to do something in the kitchen. If they're going to have 100 people over to their mansion and serve whatever they want and serve drinks, whatever they want to drink and just party, they're going to have to learn to do a few things on their own. And I know he knows how to do a lot of things. I'd be willing to bet he's a great cook. I'd be willing to bet you she's a great cook. I mean, as hot as she is, she wouldn't even need a stove to cook the food. I just had to put that one in there. Corny joke. But I had one of our fellow people come to me the other day in an email, and she says, Patriot 5 and Patriot 6, this is nothing against you. We love you. But I can't take no more. She went on to say that the lies after lies after lies, she just can't take no more. And I sat there and I don't know what to do because I'm at that point myself, guys. I'm at that point. I can't keep every day when I have my daily talk with God. It's always about the lies. If you handpick this person, he's got to start telling the truth on some cases. You know, every time we hear something, mass arrests were made today. Huh? Mass arrests were made today. Thousands of people. My goodness gracious. As many times as we heard that, everybody in the United States should have been arrested by now. There would be no Gitmo. It didn't have to be Gitmos. But here we are. But we're here for a reason, and that's the reason I keep going. So as I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I thought about what this lady was saying to me, my conclusion I came up with, and this is what I'm going to ask everybody who's on the fence, who wants to jump off and say, I can't take no more. The whole thing is, guys, it doesn't matter if you jump off the fence and say, I can't take no more or not. You're going to keep taking it, whether you're coming to shows like this, whether you're doing researches on other things. It's just that you're going to have more time to think how bad you feel instead of being out doing something that you think is helping others. And that's my feelings. What am I going to do with I've been doing this so long. What am I going to do with myself if I'd say I'm done? When it finally happens, I've got my information and I'll get the 800 number and I'll go take care of it. But isn't that going to take my vibrations down? And what do they preach? Boy, when you go to the redemption centers, you got to have your vibrations up. So just to bide a little time, what I'm going to ask everyone here tonight, turn off the jets. Turn off the, I can't take no more. Just turn them off. The 20th of January, we all know what that day is. On the 20th of January, he has no more excuses that I can't do it because Sleepy and Dopey would get credit. He's in charge. But I don't want you to give him just to the 20th of January. The lady that I talked to, I said, give him till the end of January, which is 11 more days. But then I was talking with someone yesterday afternoon, and I thought, no, give him till February 4th. Now, why would I choose that? Because that's my birthday. Did anybody have birthdays over the last few days when we haven't acknowledged? If you did, if anybody had them, please let me know, and I wish you a happy birthday. But here's what I'm going to ask everybody to do. And I know the first lady, I said, give them till the 31st. Then I said, give them to the 1st. And now I'm going to the 4th. I'm not going no further for anybody who's on the fence. As Ron said, who knows, by then we might be willing to jump off too. I don't think I'm going to, because as I laid trying to take my afternoon nap today, I got this one little cat that if I don't go home and lay down in bed so this little cat can come up and lay on my arm, Oh, she gets very feisty when I finally do go home. So I'm going to ask everybody here, let's put our feelings aside and let's give it till February 4th. And then if you want to go away, all I ask you, if you don't want to research, if you don't want to be on the shows, if you don't want to follow, all I ask is anybody who comes to me on February 4th and said, okay, Ralph, Patriot 5, okay. And, I know Janet and someone else will put my email up there soon. But if you don't want to stick and be part of it, because it's overwhelming, everyone, what we're going through. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Jamie and Jeffrey and Janet. Oh, we're on a roll here. But make sure you send me a message. So I'll have your email. If you want to give me your phone number, I'll have that. Or even your address. That way, when it does happen, boom, I will make sure you are notified. One voice sometimes. Yes, that would be tough. Yes, it would be. Yep. And doesn't matter how old you are, does it, one voice? It still hurts. Mac, myself and Ron got involved in this in 2008. So we've been 16 years. And that's what I said. I can wait. I've got, what am I going to do? I mean, coming up on the anniversary, 5 years of doing the show? Something like that. What would I do with myself on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday? What would I do with myself in the morning if I didn't have all you people sending me good mornings and emojis and pictures of your kids? It's tough. It is really tough. And then we had last night, and I want to discuss this too real quick. As I said, tonight's show is going to be, I'm going to try to bring spirits up, guys. Give you something to look forward to. We had a gentleman last night on Telegram, and he posted some things. And he says, this isn't open for discussion. I'm just giving hi, Valerie. I'm just giving my opinion. Bobo's here. And I read it, and I read it, and I read it. And I replied because he was right about so many things. But the one thing, when he talked about the special beds, he said, none of us has ever seen them. We don't know if they're real. As I said, I know a nurse that was trained on them, and she told me about them. And then when I started telling her everything I knew about them, she was blown away. She said, my goodness, who are you? This isn't the guy that was in school a couple years ahead of me that never talked. This gentleman talked about several things about how long are we going to believe this man who just keeps lying to us. And I can't argue with him. He's right. But I sugarcoated it. And he came back too. Now, it wasn't open for discussion, but I really was proud of him because he came back at me again with his explanations of why he said and the reason. And I'm telling you guys, if you want to go back and look at his conversation, my conversation, and his conversation again, it's really good. I probably should have read his whole conversation, then mine, and then his again. But, I'm not going to go and look that up now. But Chronic Eats is here. What's up with this guy's Patriot numbering system. What do you mean? Does anybody know what chronic eat means? So I just wanted to bring all of this out, guys. And I know we're already a half an hour into the show, and the show might not even last 45 to 50 minutes, but it's something that, you know, I'm glad you guys have the fight that you're tired. You're like me now. You're sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I like that. That's exactly okay. It was the 6th. Thank you. One Voice. Thank you. Remember, I said a little bit ago, I thought that they said it was the 3rd. It's the 6th that actually is Christmas. Guys, like I said, someone said they've been doing it for 18 years. I've been doing it for 16 years or 20 years, whatever. You know, someone said, I'm not going anywhere. My teeth might fall out. My hair already has. I mean, I just talking on the shows all night that I'm going to be here. You know, what else do I got to do? And you got to remember the one thing, the reason we're here is because God chose us to be here. Hi, Jamie. Jamie Coker says, hi, Ron. Paula, good. Paula work. Yes, I agree. Paula, that's a very good statement. Hi, Sharon. Valerie Haynes. So, anyway, I do want to talk to you a little bit, and Bruce mentioned it last night. Upon going to the Redemption Center, you're going to need 2 forms of ID. If one of them you have is your passport, your address should be on your passport. So you would not need a utility bill. I'm taking a utility bill anyway. When you go to the Redemption Center, and before we get to the Redemption Center, let me state, a lot of people are out there telling people to go to this bank or go to that bank. Yep, Mama did say never give up. Go to this bank, go to that bank, and they'll give you your money. And you can go to that bank and they'll give you the money for your dinar. You won't get as good as rate if you go to Redemption Center, but they'll give you the money. We'll see what happens because, see, there is no such thing as double dipping. Which, you know, I'm one person in this world that I believe in that every step of the way. I'm serious, guys. When I was married, my wife had some sisters. And one of them, especially, 2 of them actually, she had 3. The youngest one was pretty cool. Matter of fact, I think I loved her more than I loved my wife. But unfortunately, she died very young. Okay, where to, Mike? To Yahoo? I haven't been there today. But anyway, I lost my train of thought. Someone help me. Where was I at? Mike told me he sent some pictures, the Christmas pictures. And I forgot where I was at. Oh, that's when it's bad when you can't remember things after saying something. But I wanted to talk about going to the bank. Double dipping. That's what my ex-wife's sisters. And they're the kind of people when they're making the mashed potatoes and gravy or they're making something, they're the kind of people that they got to taste it to make sure they're good, right? How many people here do that? I do. But when I do, the fork or the spoon or whatever I do it with goes into the sink and I wash it. And I get a clean one. Not them. It's just like taking and spitting in your food. I don't want their saliva on my mashed potatoes. And they did it all the time. So when I was still going over to my ex-wife's house for holidays, I would make sure I took the meat, the potatoes, the noodles, the dressing, and a couple desserts. So I made sure I got to eat. And they said, why did he bring so much? Because I'm not going to eat none of the crap you guys make. So the double dipping comes in. I'm a firm believer you don't double dip. So if you go to a bank and you trade in your Iraqi dinar, but you have all this other stuff too, you're not going to go someplace else and trade it in. It's not going to happen. Okay, I'll go check that when we get off the show tonight, Mike. So there's no double dipping. If someone calls you up and says, hey, I can get you into the bank and all I need is your credit card because we need to have proof of identification. Don't give me your credit card. There's too many people out there. They're trying to scam you on that. They're going to try to scam you on the beds. Anything that they come at you and they want money, just hang the phone up. I don't even answer them anymore. I really don't. Well, I'll eat your food then, Sharon. You're my kind of woman. Oh, my daughter-in-law's mother is that way. My son will look at me and says, why ain't you eating any of that? It's really good. And I said, who made it? And he says, you know who made it? And I said, then you know why? I said, I caught her. And he goes, no. Yeah. I'm not the perfect person when it comes to eating, but I don't double dip and I don't do things that it's not supposed to do at the table. So preparing you to go, you've waited this long, wait until we get the 800 number to go. Don't say, oh, I've got $1 million dinar and they're going to give me $3.40. That's $3,400,000. Hey, that's great if that's all you want. But man, the other than Filipino pesos, the least amount of currency I got in the now, counting the two new bonds that the one new bond I just got, the golden bonds. So I got 13 of them, me and Ron. The least amount I got is the dinar. So I'm going to take my little bit of dinar and I'm going to say, hey, I can get this for this and this. And I'm going to get nothing for anything else. No, it ain't going to happen. I do not believe that the currency we have is just going to be a toilet paper device. But I want to prepare you for when you go. If you have Zim, have the amount. Now they're telling us, guys, now listen to this. Listen real close here. If you have Zim, take pictures of it. They told me once before you couldn't do it. But take pictures of it. Now they're telling you, make sure you have proof. Any currency you have, take pictures of. Like as much Zim as I got, I'm not going to take a picture of each and every one. I ain't got enough room on my camera. But I'm going to put them all, stack them up all together, and I'm going to take pictures. But one thing I am going to do is I am going to go in and I think I'm going to also write down some numbers, because if it's $100 trillion note, even if you've got 10 of them, You only got to write the serial numbers down for them. Or if you could put them all out in one thing where you could take one picture of all the serial numbers and all of them. But like the Boulevard, I mean, I know there's a lot of you here like me and Ron. We bought a lot of Boulevards. I ain't taking 400, 500, 600 pictures of all of it. But just show the amount. I mean, if you got a stack of it like that, show the amount. Anything. Make sure you have it. When you hand it over to them, have everything written on a piece of paper. Give me a second. I bet of all the ones I got, this is the one that don't have it. But see, here's how I put down my currency. I put it on a piece of paper. I put it in this, and this is my currency. See how I got it written there? Yeah, you don't need to see how much I got, but that's how I did it. If you've got a lot, get a little binder. If you're going to take in the presentation that I've given everybody who wanted it, put it in a presentation like that. Go in and just look professional. Okay. Also, when you go to a tier 1 bank or a redemption center, be on time, no more than 15 minutes early. I'm probably going to be an hour early, but let's say the redemption center is here and a half a block down there's a Burger King, McDonald's, or whatever. I'm going to just go sit in the parking lot. And I'll watch the clock, and I'll put some 50s and 60s music on, and I'll just sit there and wait my time. And if I'm 2 blocks away, in about 18 minutes, because I don't think I have to be there exactly 15. They just don't want you there any more than 15. I'm planning on trying to hook it so I get there about 10. Then I'll get out of the car. I'm probably going to wear a pair of really nice blue jeans, a very nice patriotic shirt with a very nice patriotic hat. I will be shaven. I will be clean. I will be professional. I will walk in, put my hand out, firm handshake, not a squeeze. This isn't a competition to see who can hurt the other person's hand. I will be very cordial. Hi, I am Ralph Anderson. Hi, however many people. If there's a lady there, I would even ask her, is it all right if I give you a little hug? Because that's what I believe in doing. When I'm shaking hands with men, I believe in hugging a woman. That's me. If she says no, I just as soon shake your hand. Then I know I got one as cold as ice. I'm just kidding about that. But no, you got to be very professional. At this point, guys, when you get out of your car and you walk from your car to the door, your stomach is going to feel like you've got diarrhea like you've never had before. Don't get in there and bust one as soon as you get in. Fight that urge. No, I believe once you shake hands, because here's the deal. This is your Bible that day. This is what you're going to take in. Hi, Mac. You're going to take in, and this is what's going to get you through that day. Be prepared. You're going to stutter a little bit. And I'm going to look at them and I'm saying, I'm not a professional speaker. I know what I want to do. I'm going to tell you what I want to do. And we're going to get it done. I don't know a lot about this thing here, bank account, and this thing here. I need your help on that account. You're going to give me 8 to 10 minutes to go through my presentations. I'll get it done. If it's not good enough, I'll come back at another time and you can give me a half an hour. I'm going to tell them I'm not going to start a humanitarian project the next day. There's a lot of work to be done because, see, You take someone like Bruce, he's got a lot of his all ready to go. Well, see, I came just to this little town that I live in, and I tried talking to board members. And you know what they say to me? Just like they say in that show, show me the money. You go to someone that says, I'm going to put $1 billion into this town to reopen the sportsman's club, to put grocery stores, to put all of the, everything you want to do to rebuild everybody's house, not rebuild it, but fix it up, to do everything that these people need, to add on extra homes, to, in a lot of cases, if the person needs it, to just give them a home so they off the street. It's going to take a lot to buy property, to do the things we need to do. But see, once I know I have it, and once I get this letter stating that this bank account, anything I say I'm going to do, any amount it's going to cost, that's there to cover, then we can talk. And we can start putting everything together. But, it's like back when I was a kid growing up. If E.F. Hunton talks, everybody listens, And then when I get all of this information, I do this. When I walk out, I'm going to feel like I got a little money in my pocket, maybe a couple $1,000s. I've got money in an account, maybe 5 or 10 million in an account that I can go touch anytime I want it. I can do this, I can do that, but I'm going to walk cool, calm, and collective to my car. When I get in my car, I'm going to get in and I'm going to pray that when I turn the key on, it starts. But if it doesn't, I'm just going to call going to look at the bank, the people in the bank, not the redemption center, and say, hey, I need you to call the closest place around here that's got brand new cars. Tell them to come pick me up and I'm going to buy one. But now that's not going to happen. But you're going to have lots of things going through your head, guys. I'm just trying to prepare you for everything. As I told you, tonight's show is a lot about, I don't even know if I'm going to get to much of the information because I want to prepare you. See, we have to be there, but we have to be there by keep ascending. Don't let these people say when you go there, they're going to do something to you and they're going to know what your vibrations are and they're going to know if you deserve to get this. You might only get this, but if someone's really up higher in their vibrations, they might get this. No, guys, that's not going to happen. It's just people talking, trying to be big shots. Oh, you're running a project, so you get first chance of it. You got Zim. You get first chance of the people that not only you, but you want to get on these beds. So that's the one thing. If you have a project, I've talked to Linda. I just seen Linda. Good to see you, Linda. I've taken my medicine. I've done my naps. I've done everything I'm supposed to. And I do want to talk to you more. I'll write you later tonight or tomorrow. But I've been really busy today. But anyway, this is you. And you're going to know what you need. And you're going to know what you want. This is your stuff when you go into that redemption center. They're there to take care of you. And as much as it might seem, because of the way we've been raised and everything we went through, the way it might seem that they're not really serious about you, they want you to get as much as you can possibly get. Because remember, the redemption center banks get a percentage of what you get. That's how they make their money. So if you go in there with $100 trillion, Zim, they want you to get as much as you can possibly get. If you go in there with these gold bonds like I just got the other day, guys, I can't even remember the number on this. Centillion, quintillion, I never heard the number before. I was figuring it up. I think that someone said there's 30 zeros behind the first number. 30 zeros. You realize if you get a quarter of a penny on each one, you'd be a multi-billionaire. We're not talking about small pennies here, guys, because I know a lot of you've got a lot of currency. But I want to go back to this vibration thing where they're trying to scare you. Well, I remember Sky Prince with the beds. Well, if you don't do this, you're not going to get to go on it. It won't work if your vibration isn't at a certain point. Poppycock. And I'm not cutting Sky down, but stop and think about it, guys. What are they using the beds for a lot right now? The kids. Where was the kids? Oh, yes, underground. So with that being said, you tell me that them kids came in with high vibrations? No. Some of them have never seen the light of day. And now all of a sudden they're going to come in like, oh, I'm on the good ship. Lollipop. No, it's not happening. People are saying stupid things. So I am going to get to a little bit of stuff here in a minute, but I don't know if you guys seen it, but Wolverine got attacked. Did he get attacked? Whoa. I mean, they're kicking people out of the chosen group. Well, they kicked this one person out, but they didn't get him out before he made his last comment. And I don't see how you can make comments in there because it says you can't. But boy, this one went off, and I'm telling you, I don't know what's right and wrong anymore. But man, I know the person that they kicked out has got a vulgar. I felt like when I was reading that, I felt like I was back at the factory. So, yes, Bill, I agree. Family Channel hates her dad's job. I know. Renee's husband should hate his job. I mean, guys, I'm going to tell you how, and I maybe shouldn't say it, but I think he's going to like it that I did. This man lost his wife. He has 4 children, the youngest one 2 years old. The company that he drives truck for made him work Thanksgiving, made him work Christmas, and now is making him work New Year's Day. Come on, Hat. Let's get it to where no one works these holidays. I mean, it's ridiculous. Bruce's intel last night. Where are we now? We were told to look even today for the calls, then at noon, and still have not heard. So Bruce thought, so we'd be pushed to the weekend. But we did hear from a group that this is part of the release, and they said that the release is coming very shortly, and that means a couple of days. Hold on to your britches. Here it comes. So Bruce thinks, and since then, and these problems were highest of high, so we are looking for Treasury and WF to release this over the weekend, and Bruce believes we will get this tomorrow or Saturday and start exchanging right away. And Sunday, redemption centers will be open all day. And if we start tomorrow, we'll go through, including Monday and starting shifts at 9 a.m. in the morning, and you'll have 2 to 4 people seeing and attending you. Now, the one thing he did say on his show last night when I listened to it, he did say that when you come in, there's going to be more. It's going to be a redemption center, but they're going to take you personally into a room. They're going to have one of those money counting machines on the desk. There's going to be 2 to 3 people with you, and you're going to sit down in a room by yourself with them. I don't know, there might be 4, 5, 6 groups going at a time. They want to get through this as fast as humanly possible. Bruce also talked about old things, about things that I've talked about tonight, preparing you for the going to the redemption center. Make sure you go to the redemption center. The dinar, you're supposed to automatically get the contract rate, but ask for it anyway. Any other currency that you get, he says, that you have, look at them and tell them, I want you to put in writing that you're giving me the best possible rate. Because if they put in writing and then sign it, and you find out someone else got more. But here's the whole thing, guys. If you got any currency at all, you just want this thing to go as smooth as humanly possible. He also talked about the QFS accounts. You will get no interest on your QFS accounts, but when you open other accounts, you will be able to negotiate your interest rate. As he said, he's going to have a lot of money in several other accounts, but he's not going to get greedy. But when he wants money to come to him into account where he's going to be using to spend it on a regular basis, he wants to do it quarterly, but he wants to get his interest quarterly. So say he shoots for 10% yearly. And I know people's going, there's no way they're giving 10%. No, they might give higher in some instances, but 10% is what I've heard from several people, probably going to be about what they're going to want to give you. Some redemption centers might get a little bit greedy and say, we'll give you 6. Say, what about 11 or 12? Well, we'll give you 7.5 or 8. Well, what about maybe 11. And then, if you really are stuck on 12, 10, but the whole thing is, stop and think, guys, if you get, say, 4 different bank accounts because you have that much money in your currencies, if you get 4 different bank accounts, and yet you're not going to bring everything out and put in these accounts. You're only going to put what they're going to assure that's going to be okay. Because you're going to keep it in your quantum account, of which you're going to get a special card. You're going to have to do something with your thumb. You're going to have to start up a very, very brand new email address, a password that you've never, ever used before. But it's going to stay in there. Now, in there, you get no interest. And I heard someone say, well, that's not right. I'll put it in all kind of accounts all over. No, it's never going to be safer. But Bruce says it's going to be hard to replace a card should you lose it. So, guys, you're going to be getting all this money. You're going to get yourself a safe. It doesn't do anybody any good to steal your card. To me, you keep it in a safe. It's not going to happen. I would suggest to spend some money on a really good safe, a fireproof safe. So even if your whole house burns down, that safe is still going to be there and your card's going to be safe. But as I was talking to Ron, if someone gets their card lost in a fire or there's different ways you can lose a card. They will replace them. But Bruce was, he was Bruce. He had a good show. But there wasn't a whole lot more. He talked about the prices of oil is going to dictate what we get for the dinar, what they're selling it for that day. And I'm just going to give a thing here. I see Janet's name here and John's. So myself, I get the 800 number and I go in Saturday. On Saturday, the price of oil, they're selling it for, I don't know, what a barrel. But Janet and John go in on Sunday or even Monday. And maybe the price of oil is down a little bit. And I'm just going to go, well, they sell it for $200 a barrel. But when they go in, maybe it's only selling for $165. Because, things fly up and down. So you're not going to get quite as much, but it doesn't matter. Guys, when I first bought, for me, Ron, and my brother Russ, when I first bought our dinar, That was going to be our retirement money. We were hoping just the three of us, to each one of us, get about $200,000 to $250,000 out of this. We didn't look for a huge amount. We just wanted $300,000 to $350,000. Pay our taxes. We was hoping it'd be tax-free, but we figured $50,000 for taxes. We still have $250,000, pay off our house, get a nice vehicle, pay off all our bills, and we'd still have six figures, maybe $100,000 to $150,000 in an account for rainy days. And that's what we were looking for. Now it's like, you got to be kidding me what we can get. The currency that I got, if I was to just, with Ron and Russ, if we was to just get 1/4 of 1 penny on every dollar of currency we have, we would be trillionaires. But before I go, and I'm just about done, guys, but wow, 173 people on here tonight. I want to thank each and every one of you. Okay, Mike Davis says, I heard if anybody from the Redemption Center tries anything, they will be arrested on the spot. So nothing will not happen. And Bruce said only a driver's license. Yeah, well, that's kind of what I said. Well, I thought I heard Bruce say 2. I'm taking 2 forms of identification. Actually, I'm taking 3. I have a driver's license, I have an ID card, and I have my passport. And I'm taking all 3 of them. What does it hurt? You know, and I am taking a bill with my, you know, a utility bill. But, you know, in going back on the show tonight, it was different. I hope you guys liked it. I didn't make no promises. I truthfully believe we're there. And, you know, a lot of people are saying, I thought it was the 3rd, but you know, the 3rd is my niece's birthday. That might have been the reason I thought it. Troy 63. Hello. Well, hello. Well, Troy, we're still hoping we get it before January, but you know, we're so close. And I know a lot of people's coming out right now and saying until Sleepy and Dopey is out, nothing's going to happen. Me and Ron's been saying that since Sleepy and Dopey took office. The hat is too smart of a man to come out and give them any kind of credit. One thing before I go, I do want to touch on, and that's the Brunson case. I don't understand if it was decided on the 10th. If we have the greatest military in the world, which I believe we do, what's the holdup? Why haven't they went and arrested them 2 idiots and all of the people that sit in them other rooms in that beautiful house? Why haven't they been taken on a one-way trip to you know where? And why hasn't he been implemented back in? And even if you're going to do it that way, but because he would have to be implemented back in because he would have won. You know, we've said all along, what if the military just takes over and then you have 120 days for the hi Mac for the Bill Woods money. Best is yet to come, Sharon. I agree. Yes, we got to get rid of all of the traitors and corruptors. And I mean, you know, it cracks me up because I watch these people and there's a girl basketball player. And guys, if you like her, I'm not saying anything that I'm giving my opinion. But there's a girl basketball player, and I'm going to do a video on this soon. She was voted AP Female of the Year. Now let's look at her accomplishments. In college, she couldn't lead her team to a national championship, but a girl that she played against could. In the pros, she was voted Rookie of the Year, even though the girl that beat her in the championship game set records for rebounding and other things and had a better year because her year was consistent, where the first girl, her year was not that consistent until she finally got a little bit of a rest. Oh, but then it gets better. She's the AP Woman Female of the Year, athletic-wise. She wasn't even good enough to make the women's Olympic basketball team. She couldn't lead her team to a national championship. She couldn't make the Olympics for the women. And in her first year, she did not lead her team to a championship. But you have our little gymnast. You know who I'm talking about. She went in 2024, she went to the Olympics. She won 3 golds and a silver. And I believe that she should have won 4. But the other girl that won the gold, she had the event of her life. And I think this little girl did a couple of things that she never does, just so this other girl would win gold. But by getting them 4 medals, 3 golds, she led her team. Her team she led to the gold medal. She won the overall gold medal. She set a record for most medals ever accomplished to be gotten in a career at the Olympics. No woman or man has ever got more medals than her. Now, can you tell me how a girl that couldn't even make the Olympic team, a girl that couldn't win a championship in college, a girl that couldn't win a championship in pro, is a better athlete than this girl? Simone Biles not getting the Woman Athlete of the Year is the biggest ripoff since all the calls that Patrick Mahomes gets. And I'm going to get in trouble for that. But anyway, guys, thanks for coming out tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show. And I'll see you Monday night, if not before. Have a great weekend and just stay safe. Good night, everyone. God bless myself. Love yous all.